I need $1,000 on this car. Yeah, put 1,500 on that one. Yeah, I need 2 bands for this one. Yeah. Ric Flair, take your bitch like Ric Flair. Bitch, I'm rich like Ric Flair. Trapping shit like Ric Flair. Ric Flair, take your bitch like Ric Flair. Bitch, I'm rich like Ric Flair. Trapping shit like Ric Flair. Ric Flair, take your bitch like Ric Flair. Bitch, I'm rich like.
Hey, on this episode of the Trevor Jackson podcast, I got TriGod Lunndun.
What's up?
I appreciate you making time to be on the podcast, my brother. What's good with you today, fam?
What's up, fam? Man, I'm glad to be on here, man. For real. I appreciate it. I really do.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I rock with Detroit hard. I'm in Charlotte right now. Tennessee and Detroit. I don't know. We got a love for each other. We all up and down 75 now.
Yo, we hot right now. I mean, we been hot, but the thing is, it's like with Sada Baby, FMBZ, all those cats, man, like 42 Doug, all those cats, hell of a, they really putting us on the map. Like, we been on the map, but I just feel like people just kind of finally just like looking at us, you feel me, listening to us, especially Sada Baby, man. Sada Baby doing good. So big up to him. Salute.
Is Sada Baby the one everybody feeling in the D though?
Well, I mean, he got a good back end, man. It's a lot of cats that people are feeling, but Sada Baby is kind of like one of the people that is got a good back end. You feel me? Like, it's all about money. It's all about who you know and how much force you got behind you, like that machine. You feel me? Like, you can be dope, you can be cold in the city, but if you ain't got that bread, it's not gonna happen. It's just not. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. That's like running a business, like doing music. Ain't nothing but a business. You can
have the best product, bro. You can have something that you created that just can change everybody's life. But if you don't present that to somebody with some money and believe in you, and they can, run that machine behind that, bro, it ain't gonna happen, man. It's just like, like, just think about it. Like, if the iPhone was just an idea and nobody would support it, you feel me?
Yeah.
Think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if the iPhone didn't have the money behind it, I
right.
What you're saying. Yeah. I want to know if you know up there though, like you in the D. Do you know that Knoxville, Tennessee is like Detroit's second home? Do you know that?
Actually, my family is from Knoxville. I actually I go there here and there, you know what I'm saying? Like, my pops is down there. My cousins, all of them, man. Like, we kind of flooded up to the city, up to the Midwest, man. But most of my family, that's where it originated at. You know what I'm saying? Like, them country boys, man. Because if you look at me, you be like, this dude from the South, because I'm not from the South, but you could tell by my stature because I'm 6'3.5". You know what I mean? I'm a big dude, so it's just like, it's always bigger in the South. You feel me? That's how it is.
Yeah. So, like, we played one of your records that you about to release. You told me you're gonna release it today or tomorrow.
Yeah. It should be up by the night, but with being New Year's and Sunday, whatever the case may be, we might see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I want to shout out, like, before we got on the pod or whatever, I've been listening to your records or whatever.
Yeah.
The one I like a whole lot is Love Doesn't Like Me.
Oh, man, I'm so glad that you even brought that up, bro. I got so much different music where it's just the mainstream to the, bob your head, and to like that deep stuff. I got some deep stuff.
Yeah.
That I don't know. I'm sitting on it because I just feel like, I don't know if people are really ready for that, because this particular project I'm coming out with. It's just basically just about depression. You feel me? Like, when you going through that dark time that nobody talks about. You feel me? Like, everybody's embarrassed of, and it's just like, I'm just gonna stay in my room all day in my house and never leave. It'd be an introvert. You feel me? So it just kind of be like that. So, but that Love Doesn't Like Me, that's actually one of the tracks that's off that EP that's gonna be releasing. So definitely. Because I always felt like love is like, people say love is your best friend and it's gonna cure all. It's like that. They always boast up love, and I was like, I always felt like it is a good thing, but I just feel like me and that mug, always been at each other for a long time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
me and you, just we not seeing eye to eye, bro.
So that's beef love at the end of the
Mhm.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Mm-hmm. So
Man.
like, damn, that's crazy. You said it's gonna be based around depression or whatever. Like when I listened to some of those records, they was kind of dark though. So would you say that it's therapeutic for you to go to the studio and release some of that?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's man, when I record, bro, I feel like I finally captured that feeling in
Mm-hmm.
a 3 minute, 4 minutes, capsule. And it's just like that's what I was feeling at the moment. You know what I mean? And I could finally move on to something else. But that was just kind of how I was feeling in that moment. And when I listened to the project, I think it's about 7 songs on that EP. It it definitely puts me in that moment. Like, damn, I was really like I was going through it. You know what I mean? Like I was really going through it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how I feel when I go into yo too. Like it gets when I come out to yo, I'm refreshed or whatever.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? So is I don't know, like when I listened to them records, I was like, what genre of music do you make? What would you consider the genre of music
Man,
that you make, fam?
one of the thing is just like when you're a writer. See, I know I don't only just write for myself. I write for other people, and I can create so much different types of genres. So it's just so hard. I never. It's confusing. It's discouraging sometimes because you feel like, dog, I don't want to confuse everybody or what I'm doing. You feel me? But so I just release a bunch of singles or whatever. It's just like this is how I felt. This is how, what I'm saying, whatever, this is what it is. You feel me? So it's like I don't try to just be in hip hop. I don't just try to be in R&B. I try to be in alternative. I try to be in anything pop, anything that like comes to my mind and just like that's what it is. You know what I mean? Because some cats is just restricted to only just hip hop. You feel me? Or only R&B, and I'm not that cat. I will make anything. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, so I understand what you're saying. You basically saying I'm capable of anything. I can do what
yeah,
I
yeah. If you actually listen to Post Malone, bro, he could rap, he could sing, he could do everything. And then when you actually talk to him, he like, man, I'm not really like one genre. I'm like all of them. You feel me? And
mm,
that's the mentality I have. I'm like, man, I just never can just stay in one thing because I like this much, this genre or this type of music. You know what I mean? So that's kind
yeah.
of how it goes.
Hey, if people watching the podcast, y'all want to be a part of the conversation, the number at the bottom scrolling. If you want to ask London any question or whatever, the number is 980-349-8454.
Yeah, just tap in anybody, tap in any question, man. Look, I'm one of the realest conversations you gonna ever hear because I'm not just about the music, bro. Like we can just jump off music and we could be like, man, let's talk about some other stuff. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
I'm witty. Hey, this is the world. You feel me? So
Yeah. So before we do jump off music, talk to me about the name. What's the name? You know what I'm saying?
well,
Inspired it.
Well, okay, TriGod London. It actually TriGod. It came from mind, body, and soul. So it's like, I am the guy. I am the creator of my fate. You know what I mean? So whatever I do, my mind, my body, my soul, I navigate it where it needs to go. So
Yeah.
that's where I came up with that. And London, that's always been my name. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So that's kind of how it goes.
Okay. Okay. So I'm like, since you from the D, I'm a retired street nigga that done turned to a real estate broker, right?
Okay. Okay. I need to get at you about that real estate, man. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass.
So at the end of the day, why is real estate cheap in the D like that? And
Oh,
are they
man.
just promoting that out to the world? It really ain't that ticket like that.
It is, man, bro. You can get a 5 bedroom house for about like $500-600 a month up in the D, man. And but the thing is, you get this big old house, but your car gonna get stolen within that same week. You pull up in there.
Oh my.
It's just bad. It's just I'm not trying to make the D like super bad. It's got its good parts, but real talk, not a lot of people want to live deep down in the city because
Mhm.
a lot of times, man, look, the house I grew up in ain't even there no more. It burnt down. It got crushed. I mean, it's gone.
Yeah.
So, you know, you go down my street, I can't even show you a picture of like where I used to live because it's not even there no more. So a lot of those streets are excuse me, are just completely vacant. You feel me? So you'll see one house and half a mile down is another house. You feel me? And that's it. It's the neighborhoods are just are shambles. You know, the city is not really trying to rebuild those communities. They trying to they got other little communities that look like brand new houses they building, but the rent and everything just to recoup off what they spent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, so they really building downtown a lot because they got big old condos that's selling for $100,000. I mean, it's crazy, but they trying to really gentrify the city, bro. It's like they pushing all the black people out. They got all the rich people in there. It's just like it's really beautiful in the city when you go downtown because they rebuilt it. But on the outskirts, you be like, cause like 1 minute you'll be driving one street and you'll see nice ass houses, but then the next minute you turn like, damn, like you know what I'm saying? Let me lock more doors. You know what I mean? It's one of those.
Hey, I done been to the D a couple of times. I love D. Like people be saying, like people from the outside looking in, they say how horrible it is. But when I'm there, like I be going to 7th Mile. I used to date a chick and she lived on 7th Mile.
It's not 7th Mile, it's 7 Mile.
You know I'm country.
It's 7 Mile, man. You say 7 Mile.
Yeah.
That's how we say 7 Mile.
Ain't no V in there. At least you ain't put the V in there.
Yeah, 7 Mile.
7th Mile, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so see, you a visitor. That's why.
I'm tourist down.
Yeah, so tourists is always like, oh, it was fun there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ask. Okay, if you go to Disney World, that people that work there, you be like, bro. If you ask somebody that work there, be like, this is some bullshit. But then you ask a tourist, they be like, oh, it was the funnest time of my life. But ask somebody that actually worked there.
I was there 5 days. At that 5 days, I ain't get to experience nothing. I experienced some things though that was wild.
Yeah,
but it wasn't that much. And then like they done moved the Piston Stadium, ain't it? Like the last time I was there, I went to the one that was, I think, in Auburn something. But it's downtown now, ain't it?
Yeah, so I mean they doing a lot of changing and switching and stuff like that with the city, bro. It's just I I don't know what they're doing, man.
I want to talk about the city because, like you said, you do activist work in the city.
No, not really. Like not activist work where I'm going out into the city and giving out, warm blankets and food to the bums and stuff like that, to the homeless people. No, I actually wanted to do that, but now what I'm doing is like I be on social media talking to people, just dropping jewels, man. Like anything that a man needs to know in this world. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a perfect dude, so it's just like something I learned, bro. I'm anxious to teach somebody that. You know what I'm saying? My son, anybody. You know what I mean? Like you can be in the same type of lifestyle or step of life I am, and I could just tell you, okay, look, bro, you need to do this, and that might just take them to a better path than I was. You feel me?
Yeah.
Or I'm going to. You feel me? So,
what if somebody ain't ready to learn? Do you think it's still good to tell them that if they ain't mentally where you at? You know they ain't mentally where you at, but you just want to tell them. Do you still think it benefits you just for telling them though?
It's just like having knowledge for the rainy day. You feel me?
Yeah.
So if I tell you something and you might not reciprocate, you might not be like, I'm not on that. But I guarantee you the time when you need it, you're going to remember it. You're going to be like, bro told me about this, boo, 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 boo. You feel me? And then it's going to guide them to where you need to go. So that's just knowledge in the reserve for you to kind of tap into when you need to.
Yeah, because they're gonna remember what you was telling them when they
for sure.
They couldn't understand it. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So on your podcast, I heard you say a good woman is good for the soul.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that, fam?
Look, okay, a good woman is good for the soul. But you gotta be ready for that. You gotta be mentally really ready for that, because you can, like, I can honestly, admit that I've been in situations where I wasn't ready for that. Like I had a good woman for the soul, but I just wasn't ready for it. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Yeah.
So it's just like I still wanted to do what I wanted to do, or still was, living in fear, like loving in fear, and just my mentality was just closed off and not open enough to embrace what she was willing to give me. You feel me? So that's kind of how it goes, man.
Yeah, yeah. Cause a good like me, my life totally transformed when I met a good woman. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know, it's something about they may I don't know. We don't be comfortable. Our minds be running rampant and everything as men. I think.
Yeah,
Can't-
man. Being a man is kind of crazy, man. Real talk.
Yeah,
If you were to role reverse with a woman and a man, it'd be crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like a woman can calm you.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Yes,
Definitely.
she can calm you, and then you'll feel more. I don't know. It's just my experience. My woman calmed me down, and things started making more sense. That's what I want to say.
And at the end of the day, you was ready for that. You was open and willing to embrace her. You mean you feel me? Like for a man that's not, they might be fighting some stuff that they just ain't really ready to face. You feel me? So uh in your situation, it's fortunate that you was ready for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's kind of how it goes, man. But women do, and that's their job. That's why they was created to tame that beast in a man. Because if you think about it, bro, if you go out, okay, when you wake up, how demanding it is to be a man, bro. It's you wake up, you go to work, your boss telling you you need to do this, you need to do that. If you ain't got your own company or whatever, so you got that, and then if you got kids with somebody else, she's already demanding money from you. Everybody in this world is designed to take from you.
yeah,
And when you get home, when you live with your queen, she's supposed to replenish you. You feel me? And that's what it is. And if you coming home or you got a girl and she just like yeah and not really replenish you and being your peace, and that's all it is just being a man's peace and understanding. See, my peace is understanding. So it's like if you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm going through and stuff like that, then you can kind of put yourself in my situation, and then we can work with it. Then you understand how to process the being, my piece. You feel me? So
it's a teamwork thing. Like what you saying? That's crazy. I got a record about everything you was just saying called discretion. Like
yeah,
I go out in the streets, baby. You know what I'm up against. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? When I
yeah,
come home, just be my peace.
yeah, yeah,
Whole record dealing with that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I mean that's what's up. That's what's up, man. That's great because we need that, bro. I mean, I'm not trying to make it seem like we, the pity of the man
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that, and just trying to make it like put the spotlight on just the man needs. I'm not trying to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like if anybody's listening to this,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just basically saying we also have needs too, because a lot. I have a record I did a while back. I never released it. It was just something I needed to get off my mind. It was basically about how we was born from then to now. It's like we wasn't allowed to cry. We're not allowed to be weak. We're not allowed to, sit on our ass all day and nothing like that. We had to be soldiers all the time and strong. And so when a man cries and he's like, bitching and moaning about what he's going through, people are like, oh, you a baby, and what I'm saying, they're not taking it serious. It's kind of like looking at him like, suck it up. And I'm just so tired of like people put men to be out there like they don't got feelings. You feel
Yeah,
me?
that's a
And I
fact.
don't like that. I don't like that. You know what I mean?
And another thing, like me listening to your show or whatever, we deal with the emotional side different
Yes, yes,
than
yes,
a woman do, and they deal with the physical side different than we do. You know what
yes,
I'm saying?
yes,
So,
definitely, definitely,
yeah,
definitely,
it's level
definitely.
to it.
Hey, look, that's why they say with the man's from Mars or women's from Venus and stuff like that. We are two different breeds. It's just, you'd be a fool for a woman to think that, like, okay, he totally understands where I'm coming from. Like, you got to understand the energies of a man and a woman. We're
Mhm.
more masculine, so we're more stern about who we are and what we do. With females, they're feminine energy, so they flow like water. So you got to think about it. They're always changing. You always notice that a woman is always changing her mind and how she say something, but without saying something, or she don't say nothing without, you know what I'm saying? It's always confusing for us because we're rocks. We just, hey, I'm here, you know, black and white. Them is more gray area. They're like, okay, well, if you do this, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, you could say, babe, you need to hit the gym. Okay, you could say, babe, let's hit the gym. The first thing, if she feeling insecure about herself at any ounce, she gonna feel like he calling me fat. You feel me, bro? Like, think about it, bro. So if she told me, yo, let's hit the gym, I'm like, yo, let's go, let's get it. You know what I mean? Because we digest certain information different. You feel me? We have a harder skin on the physical sense, but in emotional, you know what I'm saying? It's just whole different, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, it's a way how you talk to a woman. It's just, you just gotta talk to them with with some sugar coat and roses. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sometimes you got to. You know what I'm saying? Because they just a little bit too sensitive in that area sometimes, because they might not be feeling love. They might feel some kind of way about their life, or whatever the case may be. It's
so with you being in tune with the masculine and feminine side, would you say man and woman have masculine and feminine tendencies?
Yeah, yeah, both. Well, we just, you know, men kind of favors the masculine side, so we favors that stern energy that never really changes. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk to, it's a book that I read. I think I'm gonna plug it in, man. It's called The Way of the Superior Man. So check that out, man. If you haven't checked that out, or whoever's listening to this, they need to go ahead and check that out, man. That's definitely I got a lot of knowledge from that too, man. But it's all about, because we favor to that stern masculine energy, and the woman favors to the flow. You know what I mean? That's why the period, everything, all that, it's got to do with the flow of feminine energy, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we do dabble into the feminine energy. Sometimes we get in our it. If we didn't, we wouldn't have personality changes. We wouldn't have empathy. We wouldn't have, it's certain parts of us we have to have, which is feminine energy, to understand the other side. Because if it was just female, if females was just only feminine energy and man was only male energy, like a masculine energy, it would never work. You have to have some type of balance. You know what I mean? Some mixture.
For understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
And that book you just plugged, The Way of the Superior Man. If you can't afford the book or you can't purchase the book, I'm gonna put the YouTube link in the description at this book, the book that he just said that you need to read, that he learned a lot from.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Because that's a damn good book. I listened to that book.
Hey, look, hey, just speaking of it though, got me thinking like, bro, I'm about to go listen. I'm about to go get on that shit tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, man, you gotta have a good book and notes to be like, because sometimes you might listen or read a book and you be like, okay, that's good, and you apply it to your life, but somehow you fall off track. So it's basically reading the book again. It kind of reinstill that information in yourself, because you know, when you in your late 20s and 30s, you kind of set in your ways. You know what I mean? So you got to get something reprogram you by listening to the book, rereading the book, or whatever, and going through those notes and kind of be like, okay, this is where I was messed up on. I'm gonna read those notes again and kind of keep points on your life.
Yeah, so you gotta keep going back to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You can read it one time, you might not understand it. That's like when you listen to a good rap song, you listen to Nas. Listen to Nas, you don't know what he talking about on that record.
Yeah.
Go back the third and fourth time. It's the same way with books.
There's movies I watched, and I watched it one time, and I'm like, I gotta look at that again because I feel like I missed something. You know what I mean? And so, excuse me, I go looking at it again. I'm like, bro, I didn't even peep that. That was there the whole time, and this what this means, and this what this mean. You got it. Sometimes you just gotta go over it again. Sometimes it's movies. I'm sure that most people watched a bunch of times, and they still didn't even understand. They still didn't get everything, like the Matrix and everything. Like, it's so many little cute little hidden clues in the movies and books that you just miss. You just gotta keep boop, 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 getting it over. So,
and, like, I know I'm about to be all over the place with this podcast, but I'm thinking about something because I'm a chef. I like to cook. You know, I'm be showing out in the kitchen.
Okay.
So, what's the food culture in the D?
Man, we got conies, bro. Like, you hit the coney, man. That's where you be at. The chili cheese fries, the chili cheese dogs, the girls, the all that, man. It's like, that's the food culture right there, bro. It's just, because a lot of cats that move down to the south, they be like, man, I miss the coney, bro. I just miss it. Like, they ain't got none. And the thing is, like, I'm a truck driver, so I've been all over the states. I've been to California, Florida, Texas, everywhere you could think of, every state. So, when I hit the South, I'm like, I ain't got no conies down here. And then anything that's like resemble a coney, it's not even the same. You know what I mean? It's just not, so that's what it is.
Dang, I didn't know. I was gonna ask you because, man, I know I might be disrespectful. I was about to say, is the coney overrated?
Is the coney overrated? Nah, I don't think so, because that's what that's us. That's our deal. That's where we go to, man. Like, a coney, you can have anything you want up in there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just fathom of different food that they have on the menu, bro. It just it's a universal food spot. You feel me?
Yeah. I know pizza big in the D though.
Yeah, pizza big in the deep, man. But I ain't nothing like a coney, bro. I think anybody that be like, you gonna take this pizza or you gonna take this, we're gonna go to the coney. We're gonna go to the coney, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can go get you a what is it, a grilled chicken salad with that warm ass chicken, the sliced cheese melted on top, you know what I'm saying? And and that's the type of salad you can't eat later. You got to eat right now because the chicken's still hot and the lettuce still cold. So you can eat that up. Now, if you wait an hour or two later, you're going to look at that lettuce. It's going to be all wilted. You're going to be like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have they don't put hot meat on salads in the South.
Man. I don't know why y'all don't, because that's fire, bro. That's fire, bro.
Yeah. Hey, man, I got one more question. I appreciate you being on the pod, fam, and you welcome back anytime, my brother.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Anytime. But 2020, did it put a damper in any of your plans? Like, all unexpected things that went on, did it put a damper in any of your plans, family?
Yes, it did. 2020 was one of the years that I'll never forget. I'm sure nobody else would, but it's one of those years that we lost so many people, and so many different opportunities. Like, I thought this year, for real, I thought this would be my year to kind of like expand myself as an artist and everything. You couldn't even really do that. You can't go nowhere. You couldn't do no shows. You can't do nothing. Like, everybody seems so distant from this whole corona thing, and I get it. You gotta have social distancing, but it's just like you couldn't even go up to somebody and be like, yo, you want to check out a song? I mean, it couldn't be nothing. People kind of look at you like, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
close to me.
Any conversation about anything. I just, I had a guy that I had a shipper. I had to go to drop off something for him, and the guy almost damn near told me to put the paperwork on the on the stairs and me go back to the truck. I'm sitting there like, oh man, dog, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that bad. So
that's crazy. A lot, almost 2 million people died last year just from that alone.
Man, that's wild, man. I ain't look at the numbers, bro. I really didn't. I just, at first, when it first came up, I was like, man, this. At first, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, is this fake, dog? Or this just some bullshit? You know what I mean? Like, I ain't taking that serious.
Yeah.
Then it started affecting everything else, and I'm like, oh, this is real. This is real. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you got to take it serious.
When the world opened back up, I know it's a 2-part question. I apologize.
Oh, you good.
Yeah. When the world opened back up, what can we expect from you, though, fam? Like, creative-wise?
Well, creative-wise, man, I'm dropping I got this whole formula with my brother. He's also an artist. He go by the name of CJ Cows. You can check out his podcast too. we actually came up with this formula where we thinking about dropping a song, like a couple songs every month, like 2 songs a month, or if not 1 song a month, to try to just bang them out, for people, and get my videos up, bro. Like I got a lot of songs, but I don't have too much videos. And this year I really wanted to do some videos, but not a lot of people wanted to do the whole getting close, and it was a big risk factor for this year too. But definitely next year I'm definitely trying to do at least 1 or 2 videos a month, man. Just kind of get it going out there. But definitely I got a lot of stuff in the works, a lot of stuff getting promoted. You're gonna see my name in flashing red lights, at the end of the year. Definitely.
That's what's up, fam. Yeah. And send me all the links to everything so I can put them in the description of the pod, fam.
Okay, but I'm gonna keep you plugged in, because I definitely gonna have you locked in, because everything, all my projects, everything I'm dropping, I'm definitely gonna have you in, so you'll be like, you the first one to know everything. You know what I mean? So.
And when you do your next episodes or whatever, put me on the pod, fam.
Oh, man, I got you, bro. I got you, fam. Hey, look, we could work together. We could do a collab, bro. For real. Yeah. I appreciate that, man. Because I've been trying to network with a lot of other people, man. Because real talk, when you a type of person, just what is those type of people? Invert, like a person that just stay in the house and just stay yourself. You don't really reach out to too many people. You kind of just like stay to yourself, live in your head, just kind of be super independent. But this year, I'm definitely gonna reach out, like, yo, okay, man, let's do a collab, let's do this, because doing this by yourself is just like it's kind of on the slow pace when you're trying to do everything by yourself. But if you're working with somebody else, they can listen to this person, they can listen to this person, or they could favor that person and listen to you and be like, yo, we can roll, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like me and you doing a podcast right now. So, all right, your followers are listening to me, be like, okay, I'll listen to his podcast. That's how it works. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, we gotta be a team, fam. And at the end of the day, like, I'm an introvert myself. I just had to I lived in my head for about 5 years, just living in my head alone. You know what I'm saying? And I had to figure out that I had to help people and be a person of value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once I realized that.
My question for you, bro, not to cut you off. My question for you, because I deal with the same thing, and I've been wanting to ask another man that dealt with the same thing, the same question, where at this moment of your life, are you say you was an introvert, but now you kind of expanding yourself. So what got you out of that? You feel me? I know you supposed to ask me the questions, but I just like, no, let me answer this.
Ask me the question. What got me out of that? I'm not completely out of that, though, to be honest, because I do live in my head still. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm getting older at the end of the day, and I just don't care no more about nothing.
Yeah.
I really don't. Nothing matters no more. I just gotta live in the moment right now and make the best out of right now.
Right. True. Yeah.
It ain't about me. Nothing don't even matter though. At the end of the day, I just gotta do what I gotta do. Don't nothing mean nothing.
Yeah. Hey, look,
it sounds crazy, but that's how I live though.
Hey, look, I admire that, man. I admire that, because a lot of cats like myself, sometimes, man, I could lay in my bed, bro, and I just be thinking about so much shit, bro. Like stuff from the past, stuff from my future. Because, like, when you think about your future, it gives you anxiety. When you think about your past, it gives you depression. So you kind of be like, dog, like I gotta really live for now. And I used to do counseling. I used to go to therapy for, like, just kind of talk to somebody. And another thing about that's another plug, y'all. I speak to you, black people, us black people. Stop thinking that going to counseling and therapy is wrong and you're crazy. You're not. You're not. Do not ever think that is going on in our black community so much, where it's just like, oh, that's not for me, that's for other people, and I'm not crazy, and this. Bro, I'm not crazy at all. But I guarantee you, when I went to therapy, my man said some stuff that he was like, bro, you gotta, he just dropped some jewels on me. Even though I like dropping jewels on other people, I'm still a student too. You feel me? So it's just like, I'm a student, so I'm a student of life. So he might, and this man was elder man, so he's telling me some stuff that might help me as a young man to get out there to kind of move and set my path the right way. You feel me? So don't look at it like, I'm not this, I'm not that. Like, y'all looking at it completely wrong, because a lot of y'all walking around here unbalanced, and like y'all mind is messed up and y'all know how to deal with stuff. Look, bro, we came from being oppressed, slavery, and everything. That shit, that really comes down to our offspring, bro. Like my son sitting here, like the stress that I went through. That okay, when you have a kid, you think that's just that one cell that goes into, the woman, and that's it. But you don't understand, everything of you goes into that cell and goes into that woman. So it's just like the struggle, the pain, the mental, the everything goes into that woman. And people just think like, it's just one cell. He ain't going, so much stuff hereditary is crazy. Invisible hereditary stuff. You know what I mean? Some people might see like, okay, well, if they, it's hereditary for a person to have this disease and their kid gonna have it. But what about the invisible stuff, like just stress and oppression and just all types of stuff that's going on with you? You don't realize what you're going through. You feel me? You realize you do not know, understand. It just baffles me sometimes. I just be like, bro,
kid can inherit that too. Like what you were saying, the kid can inherit that from you. You know what I mean? And we like a lot of people from our communities are traumatized and don't want to accept that we are traumatized. And you get a lot of people commenting on her though, fam. Listening to you. She said, Jim said, respect that. I love it. She said, I'm glad you said the Black community, because we are notorious for not taking our mental health seriously. That mental health is just as important as
physical health. Exactly.
Man.
Bro, look, I'm gonna tell you this though. Look, I started getting back into the gym, right? Okay, so some years ago, I used to be in shape. So over the years, you get in a relationship, you truck drive, you do all this stuff, you get comfortable, and you gain a lot of weight. Now that weight that you gain, it affects your mental too. So you don't realize that when you obese or you overweight and stuff like that, you don't understand how moody you is. You don't understand, like, your patience is low and everything, bro. You don't see the change because it's happening so slow. But do you remember when you was actually fit and you was in the gym and you actually was in shape? Do you remember any foul days? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or moments where you just like jumping from sad to mad to sad to glad to all that stuff like that. So
that's true though, fam.
For real. So if you think about that, man, like you gotta make sure that everything is bulletproof from your mental to your body to everything, your environment, everything. And even the stuff you eating, because a lot of stuff we eat, bro, it ain't good for our mental. It ain't good for our mental. I'm telling you, and I'm saying it again.
The food clog your brain up.
Yeah. We eating a lot of fake food, a lot of processed stuff. I mean, bro, we just definitely got to get it together as Black people, for real.
And then just like you saying, being a food or whatever, it's a lot of things that we consume, and we shouldn't be consuming. Like if you consuming language from somebody that's just talking crazy, you know what I mean? You shouldn't inherit that. You got to block that conversation. You know what I mean?
We live in a world it's kind of dark, real talk. So we can't filter everything, but we have control. Like that ties to my name, mind, body, and soul. TriGod Lunndun is I control everything that comes in. Like I had a conversation with my son not too long ago about like there's people that can drop seeds in your head that's very bad for you that you don't know. Like they might not know they're dropping seeds in your head, but they are dropping seeds in your head. Like, not to, go into too much detail, but it can definitely make you think and observe and look at people different just by what they said. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you got to really figure out, like I told him, I was like, look, I'm older, so I have a 2-lane highway in my mind. I know what goes in and I know what goes out. Okay. I told him he just turned 18 today. Today is his birthday. So okay, so I told him he has a 4-lane highway. He got too many cars going in, too many cars going out. He can't see everything. So some stuff might sneak in. That's those seeds that need, you know, that come creeping in when you're talking to certain people. You feel me? So when I can distinguish what somebody said, I'm like, that ain't good for me, fam. That ain't good for me. And I know what can come out, my behavior, my mental, my thoughts and my beliefs and stuff. You feel me? So it's just about kind of controlling the traffic that comes in your mind and in your life. So that's it's just definitely like they said, all connected. You know?
Yeah, it's all connected.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, hey. I don't think nothing else need to be said, fam.
Hey, look, hey, you could always hit me back again, bro.
We coming back for part 2, fam. That's all I gotta say.
Bet.
Hey, I appreciate you, fam.
For sure.
Let's
All right.
do too soon, fam.
Bet. All right, man.
Chill.
Yeah, I need $1,000 on this car. Yeah, put $1,500 on that one. Yeah, I need 2 bands for this one. Yeah. Ric Flair, take your bitch like Ric Flair. Bitch, I'm rich like Ric Flair. Trapping shit like Ric Flair. Ric Flair, take your bitch like Ric Flair. Bitch, I'm rich like Ric Flair. Trapping shit.